So today we're going to go over Git and a little bit of GitHub. So there's Git and Github. I'm sure everyone's sort of familiar with GitHub, but people might not be that familiar with Git. What is GitHub? It's an online website that essentially where you host all your not host your code, but where you essentially save your code like on the website, so you don't have to store it locally. It's a good place to where you store your code, store versions of your code, so multiple teams can collaborate and everything like that. Great. But Git is specifically how to manage versions on your local machine. So there's Git and GitHub. GitHub is just literally just an online application where you just store all your code. Git is how you store, like how you keep track of the different versions on your local machine. And those versions can be separated up in GitHub. So Git is a version control system. And there's GitHub, there's more than just GitHub. There's other companies, there's GitLab, Azure DevOps has their own. There's a bunch of different ones that do essentially what GitHub does. GitHub's the most popular. It's owned by Microsoft now. Anyway, but then there's Git. Git is specifically how to manage your the versions of code on your laptop.
Git is a standard.
Yeah, it's a software.
Are there other version control systems out there?
I'm not sure. No, do you know if there's different versions of Git, like different version control systems?
Honestly, Git's the only one I've ever bothered with.
I've never heard of them. So what is Git? Git is a version control system. What does that do? It tracks file changes. It enables you to see who's responsible for what changes were made. It's where you can back up and restore work, like old work or stuff like that. You can undo mistakes. It allows for easier collaborations, and it gives you the freedom to add new features. So I think of this, like when I write my resume, technically every resume is supposed to be unique to the company you're applying to. So you have your resume, then you want to make an update to it. So you make an update to it, then you like save it to essentially you either make a copy of it. It's like Tom's resume to XYZ company, and that's like Tom resume to ABC company, stuff like that. But there is no like master resume. There's no or at least I didn't initially have like a standard resume until recently. I realized, I probably should just have one big master resume where everything resides. Or if you're like writing a paper, you can like finish a chapter and be like, I want to add, or I want to change like this part of my chapter. So I'm going to send it off to the editor and have him make some changes or have her make some changes. So they make some changes and then they save a copy. So now all of a sudden you have all these copies, and like, how do you manage that? Git enables you to essentially manage all those changes in your software. You can go back to old versions and branch off of different, like a chapter, to branch off of pieces of code like that. That's how I think of Git. So here's a kind of visualization of Git. So at my last company, we had our master code, where it's the code that's deployed on the application where it's front-facing user. That's like the master branch. That's the master. So you've kind of seen that in the terminal if you forked and then Git clone down to your laptop, you see that like little master. That's like the master code of the application. And then, so at my last job, if I had like a feature that I had to implement, I don't just like write code on the master branch, because I can break the master branch, and that's never good because you don't want to deploy bad code. So you would make a branch to your code. This is like it's literally a copy of master right here. And then right here is where I do like write a new feature and like merge it into the master when it's like all complete and tested and done. So it merges it in after I know it's in fact working. So like down here, perhaps there was a bug or something in the code. So I had to create a branch, someone else's work, like bug fix, like, I don't know, form bug fix. And in here, this is another branch off of master, and they fix that branch, or they fix the code. And then once it's all fixed, they merge it back into master. So you're never directly making changes on the master branch. Think of it like that. What questions do you have? So each and one of these points would be like commits stuff. We'll get into commits, but go ahead.
So I'm seeing there just in this image, there's two separate branches being worked at different times.
Yep.
The blue one commits first, but then the orange one had started before the blue stuff was even there. Like, where does it run?
So I'm going from left to right.
Yeah.
So right here.
Yep.
So
branch off work. Blue
Yep.
is now being after 3. Whatever.
yeah. So these are commits. These are like, think of these as save points.
Right.
Save point.
So
save point.
now it's
Merged
brought
into
back
here.
into the master. Now
Yep.
that orange one though started before that whatever blue did to the master.
Yep.
So where does that fit in with anything that blue did?
So if they're called conflicts. If there's overlapping code or code doesn't 100% match up, when you try to merge, like, so if this user tried to merge into master and somewhere there's code that conflicted with one another, it'll throw like, hey, like there's an error here, there's a merge conflict. And so you'd have to resolve that conflict, either change some code or communicate with the other person who did, like, hey, what do you want to change here? And then once you do that, and do it successfully, then it'll successfully merge into the master branch.
I have a lot of practice doing that for this program.
Yeah, especially when you start working in groups. And we really want to get you familiar with, making branches and then merging and stuff like that. So this is just a command. This is the command to actually create a new branch off of master. So we'll get into that. And then in order to even start, so as I mentioned up here, each dot kind of indicates a commit, a save point. A save point is also known as a commit. You'll hear this a lot. Hey, did you get commit that? Did you get commit that? So that's like a common phrase. So here's like your working directory that, like, you're working on your application and you're saving it, but you haven't, like, when I mean like you save it, I mean like you literally just like Control S, like you saved it, or it's like the files you've modified but not yet saved in the Git. So you haven't actually committed it like to here. You haven't actually created a save point. So in order to do that, you would git add. So you're git adding it, and you're adding it to a staging area. So you can git add. You can add individual files. You can add all the things you modified at once, but you can git add to the staging area. Files that have been selected to save to Git. That's what the staging area is. And then at that point, once it's on the staging area, you can actually finally like save it to the Git. And that's just git commit, and then followed by some more message, another command, which we'll get to shortly. So this is the storage snapshot of your code in your Git repository. It's like a save point, like right here, or like right here, here, here. So what questions? Well, kind of like the flow. Git add, git commit. That's like the process. And here are other popular commands. We're going to go through all these. We'll walk through them all. Git init actually initializes a new Git repository. You rarely do this unless you're working straight from scratch your own application. But if you're cloning from our repositories, it's already going to have Git installed and all that stuff. So you'll rarely actually have to do git init. But we'll go through that just to show you. Git checkout branch B, just like a new branch, this can be called whatever, creates a branch of code separate from the branch you were originally working on. So when you create a branch, it's not always off the master. Like I can create a branch off of this branch, so there'll be like another tree almost. And work branches off of branches. That's kind of why it's called a branch. And then git status, you can always just git status and it'll tell you the status of your Git repository. If there's any changes been made or anything like that. Git add, followed by a space and period, will add all the changed files to the staging area. So I'm back here, when I git add, if I literally just do git add period, it'll add all the changed files to the staging area. And then I can git commit -m, which stands for message. You can type in a message that is detailed enough about what you're actually saving, like what changes you've made. So if I'm creating a drop-down, like a drop-down select for a filter on some analytics website. So by date, like this week, last week, whatever. So if that's my feature, like that's literally what I'm doing. It's like my commit message would be finished drop down select on analytics window or something like that. Oh, what is that? Someone drawing that? Who's drawing on the thing?
Stop.
Somebody tried to think it's not really.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. So, yeah. So this Git checkout new feature is how you switch to a different branch. So we have Git checkout. This creates a branch. So if you want to Git checkout new feature, that's just like me. This is a feature branch. That's the name of the branch that whatever. You can Git checkout master. You'll see that a lot. So switches to an already existing branch. Git merge new branch merges the code on the new branch into the branch you're currently on. So say I'm currently on master branch, and I'm currently on master branch, and I want to merge this branch into the master. It'd be git merge and then like the name of the branch. And git pull updates the branch you're currently on with the most up-to-date code on that branch. So sometimes multiple people can be working on the same branch and committing code. You can do git pull and it'll update your code with that code. So let's walk through this. So I want to get to code Platoon kilo ls. I want to make a directory called Git practice. So there's my Git practice. So I made a new directory, Git practice. I ls. So I've got assessments, challenges, curriculum, and my Git practice file or folder. I want to cd into Git practice. So I'm going to do this on my own. Don't follow along. Should have mentioned that. So Git practice, I want to, in my Git practice, I want to touch test git.js. So I created a test git.js file. Now I want to open this entire thing into the current window. There we go.
What's the dash R name again?
I actually don't know.
So it doesn't open up.
Reload, I don't know.
But I think without the
Recursive
slash R,
reload?
we open up another instance.
Yeah. So here's my test Git file. So I'm just going to console log hello kilo. And then I'm going to node just to see what happens. Node test Git. There's hello kilo. So I want to create a new Git repository. I'm going to go back to here. So so Git isn't currently, I'm not like keeping track of different versions of this code yet, this application that I just created. So in order to do so, I need to git init. So I'm going to copy, or I'm going to git init. Says initialized empty Git repository in user TA pre code platoon. So it says Git practice, and it looks like there's a file here. So I'm going to clear this, and I'm going to ls.all. I'm going to list all the files, even hidden ones. So first I'm just going to ls. So it's just git.js, but if I ls-all, then I've Git installed these files. They're hidden files. Don't worry about them. You're never going to look at them again, pretty much. But just know that they're there. And so there, I've got a Git repository. CD. What am I doing? Clear. So, but I haven't saved anything. I just initialized the Git repository. I haven't added anything, so I haven't saved anything. So in order for me to save, I need to git add. I want to add everything, pretty much the whole everything in this application that I created so far. Git add dot. Okay, nothing happened. Good. Usually when there's no errors, that's great. Nothing happens. But I want to git status. I don't know. So I'm on branch master. Cool. I'm on the master branch. No commits yet because I haven't changed anything. Changes to be committed. And it says use git remove cache file to unstage. But here's this new file that I'm just adding to the staging area. This test git.
The dot means everything.
Yeah, all the changes that I made. So I want to git. Now I added it to the staging area. Right? Git add. Added it to staging area. But now I actually want to have a save point. I want to have one of these save points up here. So I can git commit -m and new message. So git commit -m. And then usually the first commit you save, the first save point is just initial commit. That's what I'm going to do because it's my very first commit, whatever. And watch this. See right here? You know how before we used to have that little master? Hopefully it happens. So master root commit, your initial commit, one file changed, one insertion. So that means literally just one line of code insertion. And now look at this. It says right now I'm on the master branch. So you won't see this master. You won't be on a master branch until you commit your first commit.
What was that little hex code? Is that
Oh, did I clear it?
yeah. It gave like a little.
I think it's the actual.
Was it a hash?
Every commit gets like a unique ID.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, the cool thing about commits, and the reason we kind of refer to them as save points, is you can revert back to a previous commit using those hex codes.
Yeah. So we'll show you. Yep.
Everything you just did, you did it on your local machine, or is it already uploaded to the server?
It's only on my local machine.
Okay.
Git is only on my local machine. We'll get into like GitHub. Sure.
Okay.
So now I want to make a change to hello kilo. I want to say hello everybody. Actually, I want to change that to just hello. I'm going to do what's up? What's up? So I just made a change. I want to do get status. So look at, oh, cool. So I just get status. It said changes not staged for commit. It says I modified this test git file. So no changes had added to commit. Use git add or git commit -add. Oh, it looks like that's a new thing. So I want to git add again. I want to add everything. And then I want to get status. Get status lot. Okay. Changes to be committed. This is modified. It's on the staging area now. I want to clear. I want to git commit my message. Added what up. Close that out. So my git commit -n, my message is added what up. So one file change, two insertions, one deletion. So it looks like I do whatever. So git status. So on branch, nothing to commit, working on clean tree. So I haven't made any changes. I just committed this. Great. But you never really want to work on master because you never want to, because I might screw up this application, master application. Yeah. But first, before I get on the branches, what if I want to like revert back to my very first commit. I can git log. That's gonna see what that does. Cool. So I got git log. This is author Tom Preet. The date I've committed 10/35, and here's this commit. This is that big Xcode thing. That's the actual like branch. That's where the commit lies. And here's my very first commit. If I want to revert back to my very first commit, I can git checkout.
Yeah.
Then put in that entire hex, big long number, and see how my code just changed back to the original. Now it said head detached, so I'm currently not on the very most up-to-date one. So I want to switch back. Git checkout. The previous head position was, what do I do? Git. If you want to create a new branch, retain commits, detach head. Just git checkout. Master. There we go, yeah. So I just checked out the master, and now it's back to my original. I think it was also my original before. So never should make changes directly on master. So I want to check out a different branch. So I'm going to git checkout branch, adding a function. And I think it all has to be adding hello function. So switch to new branch, adding hello function, and now I'm no longer on my master. I'm adding hello function. And now if I want to see what branch I'm actually currently on, or what I'm currently on, I can do git branch. Right here, list all the branches associated with this repository. The green with the little asterisk, that's the branch I'm currently on. And I've also got this master. So in here,
is there a way to see who has branches checked out?
If a branch is checked out?
Well, no, just like all just the different branches that are checked out of the master currently.
There is. I can't remember the.
You don't use it a lot though.
I know, like personally, and in the class, I never used it. I used to use it at my last job but like rarely. But yeah, there is a way to like update this part to have like show all the branches that other people are working on.
Okay.
Everyone's pushing to GitHub, though you can kind of see it visually on there, right?
Oh yes, yeah. So in here, I'm gonna hello. So I created this hello function. I'm gonna node.test git hello, what's up? So I created some changes. I want to git status. It says on branch adding hello function, changes not staged for commit. Great. So I want to change. I want to add these to the staging area. How do I add this to the staging area? Git add. I heard git add. Let's do that. Git add all, or I can actually just do test the single file, whatever file I want to take or add. So I want to git status. Okay, cool. It's on the staging area. Changes to be committed. This is the modified file. Git commit added hello function. Added hello function. Great. ls clear. Cool. So if I do git status, working on branch, git branch, I'm just see what branch. Okay, I'm adding hello function, but now I'm going to check out the master. I'm going to git checkout master. Watch this change back to the old stuff. Why didn't it change? Oh, there it goes. So now I want to merge what's on that adding hello function branch to master. Let's look at. So with this git merge new feature, merges code on this new branch, new feature branch. Yes, that should be to the branch you're currently working on. So I want to git merge the feature branch to the branch I'm currently on. So the branch I'm currently on is master. right? So git merge, adding hello function. So now I'm still on my master, and everything changed. So this is the most up-to-date master code. And you can see down here, updating. I added, looks like 8 lines of code, and I removed 2, 1 file change, 6 insertions, 2 deletions. Questions? So let's look at, let's look at 99 bottles. CD challenges. $99 bottles, code. So I'm opening 99 bottles into the current VS Code. And right now it already has master. It's because I already forked it and cloned it down from GitHub. It already had Git installed, it already had Git Repository and everything. But so I want to do Git status. So because I already finished the JavaScript portion of it. So Git status, so working on branch master, your branch is up to date with origin master. Change is not staged for commit. Yep, I should have created a branch to work off of and then committed and then merged it into my master, but I didn't because. So I want to push this up to actual GitHub. GitHub, nope, Tom Creed. Where's my 99 bottles? So there's my 99 bottles on my specific GitHub because it's been forked over from Platoon. So I want to push it up to here. So like my solution's not here yet. So I already have this master. So I have to git add it to the staging area, git commit it. This is all my local machine so far. Git add, git status. So, okay, cool, it's on the branch. Git commit. I'm gonna clear it first, get some room. Git commit message, working solution. 1 file change, git status. Great. So if I want to do git log, this should only be working solution, remove, oh, looks like there's a bunch. So a lot of these are probably from before. These aren't anything I did. See, look at John Young did this in June 14th. Yeah, and if you keep pressing enter, these are all the different commits because you forked it off of Platoon. And that's been like, this challenge has been used quite a lot. So this is all the commits associated with this specific challenge. So I have a working solution. There's mine. And how do I get out of here? The queue? Thank you. But I want to push it up to GitHub. I want to push my code up to GitHub. So I want to git push, and I want to, what branch, what's the origin of where this code was originally cloned down from. Git push origin, and then I want to push to the master. So now let's look at so I'm at Tom Preet's 99 bottles. So I'm going to click on my 99 bottles to get here. So here's my 99 bottles. Look right here. There's my working solution, updated 2 minutes ago. This stuff, I didn't make any changes to it. README, I didn't make any changes. I only made changes to the 99 bottles JavaScript. I click in there. There's my solution. Questions? So Git is only for your local machine. In order to push to GitHub, I'll do it again with Def Grandma as well. So I've got Kilo Platoon. So now let's do this. I'm gonna cd out ls cd def grandma. So I've got a bunch of this. I've got node modules. I don't want to add node modules in there. So I'm going to code. I'm going to open up def grandma. Let's go to def grandma. So here's my def grandma. I haven't committed anything. Here's the def grandma solution for JavaScript. But here's my def grandma solution for JavaScript. So right now I'm on master because I already cloned it from the Kilo Platoon, and then I forked it from Kilo Platoon, then I cloned it from my repository or my GitHub account down to my local machine. So it already has Git and everything installed. Initialize. So I want to get status. So it looks like I modified. So here's a little different. Changes not staged, this def grandma.js. Then untracked files means these are new files that haven't been added before. This node modules and this package.json. But I don't want to add node modules. Node modules is really large. It's massive. So I don't want to add that. So I just want to add the def grandma JavaScript solution. How do I just add just the def grandma JavaScript? Git add def grandma JS. That's it's all changes that have been all modified changes from the master. So any new folders that were added, any new files, anything that's been changed. So I'm going to get status. Cool. So change to be committed. This is the only thing I actually want to push up or save to my Git repository. I don't want to save this. So git commit. So I have it to the staging area. Now I actually want to commit it. Working solution. All right. Right, clear. Git status. Cool. That's fine because I don't want to add node modules and I don't want to add this package.json file. I don't want to add it up there. So I'm clearing it, but now I want to push it up to GitHub. So it's git push origin master.
So is this the point where we actually created a copy of it instead of like, because we already have you had the initial version that you downloaded from the Git, right? But when you are pushing it, you are just creating, because you had 299 balls in there. Like when in the GitHub.
I had 299 bottles, so let me see.
Or maybe not. Like,
So there's two, one was for Python,
oh,
and the other one was for the JavaScript version.
oh, so we are updating the master version.
In your profile. Yeah.
Or not in the Kilo version.
But not in the Kilo Platoon. We're going to get to how to do that, but you're not really actually.
That's what I was saying.
Okay, yeah. So, so right now I'm going to get, so I'm on def grandma. Here's my def grandma solution. I haven't pushed anything to my GitHub account yet. It was Tom Preet, def grandma, but it's been forked over from Kilo Platoon. I just want to push this to my GitHub profile. So git push origin master. There we go. Now if I refresh this, my solution should be there. There we go. But now how do I submit it for us to grade, for Noah and I to grade, to the Kilo Platoon? So I'm at def grandma. Right here, do you see this new pull request? Is that it, right? I think so. Yeah. I'm just making sure. Right. Boom. Okay, so look, right here, start comparing changes. base repository is the kilo platoon def grandma. The master is base, and the head repository is Tom mine. So here are all the changes that I'm making that I'm submitting. Hey, I want these to be merged into kilo platoon's master branch for def grandma. So right here, this is how the screen, all checkers, is able to merge. It's good. So if I say create pull requests, you'll also see all the changes made down here. So if there's like a bunch of different files, you'll have individual files all down here. With the green, that's all the code that's added, and the red with the subtraction, that's what's been deleted. So once I'm ready to submit it to Kilo Platoon for myself to grade or someone to grade, I'm going to create a pull request. So, okay, here's the working solution. This is Tom's solution. You don't always have to do it, but here's that commit message that I put, working solution. Then again, this is just like it's a double opt-in, create pull request. Checking for ability to merge. So right there, just check to see if there's any merge conflicts. Continuous integration, okay, cool. This branch has no conflicts with the base branch. Great. I have rights to be able to merge this in. You should not have rights. I don't know. So, but let's look at the Kilo Platoon. So here's my def grandma. I'm just going here, so it's going to code. Here are all the pull requests. See, I already have people making pull requests for the solution. So these are all the pull requests that come through. Here's my solution. Here's Brian Lovey's solution. Here's Ian's. Yes.
Easy standard you want us to write for these, like, so you see there, like, Brian wrote his one way, like, what's easy for you to be able to grade this thing?
I would just put your name, and then I guess just this is perfect. As long as there's a way I can identify who it is, because some people have really odd.
Yeah, mine's.
Yeah. Some people have really interesting, not easily identifiable GitHub handles. So just put your name in the commit message or the pull request. That should work. So I did that for def grandma. Now I want to do that for 99 bottles. So there's def grandma. Here's my 99 bottles. Again, we initially forked it down, or we initially forked it from Kilo Platoon. We cloned this specific repository that's on my personal GitHub account down to my local machine. I wrote the answer, I coded a solution, or to the best of my ability, coded it, saved it, Git committed it, a working solution. Here's my working solution on my GitHub account. Now I want to make a pull request to try to request to merge it into the master branch of Kilo Platoon. So base repository, Kilo Platoon 99 bottles. It's the base. You can look at, you can actually search for different branches. Able to merge. Here's all the solution. Create pull request. Solution. Create pull request. Now it's gonna check for ability to merge automatically. This branch has no conflicts with the base branch. Great. So I'm gonna click on this. Here are all the pull requests for that one. I know it's a little like, oh my God, I have to memorize all these commands and everything like that. And you're gonna be like, oh, how do I do a command? What's the order?
Are there some common conflicts that we would see when trying to send it over to like the Kilo Platoon?
No, because it's no. No, because you're all working off the same branch. So like we're not going to actually merge all these in. This is just for you to all get used to the whole process of merging and committing. Yes.
So what's the difference exactly between the fork and the branch?
So a fork is specific to GitHub. A branch is for Git. So when you're forking, you're literally just making a copy of the code on Kilo Platoon and putting it into your personal GitHub handle or GitHub account. And then with branching is on your local machine, you're creating branches off of different pieces of code in your application. So, yeah.
And then whoever's managing the main code can look at all those other changes and then determine whether to merge that fork in the repository, the main repository. Right?
Correct.
On
Like,
GitHub.
yeah, the pull requests. Yeah. So you'll rarely ever, like in the actual job, you will be working from like a private GitHub or a private GitHub repository, and you'll never be you'll never actually be forking to your own personal repository. You'll all be working in like the same in Kilo Platoon essentially. So if Kilo Platoon had this one application, you would be using Kilo Platoon's master branch, just cloning Kilo Platoon straight down, and then making branches off of that, and then making pull requests and merge requests. So just remember when you're git add, and then git commit, and then git push origin, the name of the branch that you'll apply. What other questions do you have? All right. I'm going to stop the recording right there and then come back at 11:10, and we'll jump into JavaScript fundamentals.